Hey guys, Tom here. Wanted to do a quick drive and talk with you. It's something I stumbled on last night. It was on another platform, and the video is about a minute long. And it was a guy driving in his car in the morning, and he says it's 7:06 a.m. in the morning, and he turns his camera up to the sky, and he says, "And I can see the moon, and the sun's out at the same time." He said the moon should be over the Philippines. That is more evidence that the earth is flat, he said. And so I thought, wow. And then he said, if you don't believe that, and then he threw out some insult to the viewer, then you're stupid or something along those lines. So I went to the video, and it had just been put out, and there were no comments on it yet. So I had seen a flat earth video in probably 2019 or 2020, maybe during COVID, but I think it was even before COVID. It was on Netflix, and it was, hour or 2 hours long or something. And so you kind of had an idea. I got an idea what these guys were thinking, and the conviction they had for what they're telling you about how they believe the earth is flat. And so I came away from that video saying to myself, okay, well, they didn't explain how I can see the curvature of the earth from an aircraft when I'm flying commercially at 37,000 feet. They can't explain why don't we get radio signals from coastal stations in Asia loud and clear on our coast here in the United States? Because there's no mountains in the way, there's no land in the way, and they're broadcasting at like 50,000 watts or something, enormous. So that would be enough in a straight line of sight with apparently no curvature of the earth, according to them, that we should be able to reach the station, or that station should be able to reach our west coast. I also said, why is it that I can see planets in my telescope and they're all round? The moon's round, the sun's round. When there's an eclipse, you see the shape of the earth casting its shadow, and it's round. And then I said, I've seen ships disappear over the horizon, both standing on the shoreline, and then while I was on another ship, I watched a ship disappear over, the horizon, and after, you're anticipating they're out 3, 5, 6 miles or something like that. And so when the comments started coming in, there was a lot of insults with it. You got to get your head out of the sand. You have a childlike belief system. There's flat. You're comfortable in your own stupidity. He said you don't want the truth. And then there was a lot of conspiracy theory that went into it about how Rockefeller gave globes to everybody back in the day. Then they want to do that to keep us stupid. The powers that be want to do that. So, of course, the Rockefellers figure into this conspiracy theory. He never did throw the Rothschilds in there, which is usually the other name you hear. But Rockefeller was a Freemason, he said, and Freemasons are a cabal, and they want to keep us stupid for control. And that's when I asked, well, what's the motive for the powers that be to tell us that the earth is flat? I said, there's no money in it, there's no juice in it, there's no benefit to them to tell us this. And it was for control. And then I got insulted some more. I had my head in the sand. You just don't want to believe. I'm going to speak slow so you can understand, kind of. He said that once. And there's a flat earth guy, I guess, has a channel. I didn't watch it. So I threw all these questions out, and a lot of the times his answers would revolve around, well, you don't see ships on the horizon because of a vanishing point. And I can't believe you don't know what a vanishing point is. That's high school science. Well, yeah, I know what a vanishing point is. And then something about perspective and atmospheric conditions. And he says, Well, and if you'd had a set of binoculars, you'd have seen the ship. It would have reappeared. And I said, okay, well, when I was on ship, we had a set of big eyes, as they call them, and they're really, really, really big binoculars. And we were trying to find the ship then, and we couldn't see it with that. So I countered him with exactly what he said. And then he said, well, it's because it hit a vanishing point and because of atmospheric conditions. So right as I told him, I did what he suggested. Then he countered his own point, just wanting to be right, just with his nonsense. And this went on and on. And another commenter came on, and he stressed the motive behind it was to keep us dumb. So they want to keep us dumb. He says, for instance, when you look at Chat GPT-4, and that was a pretty good program, he said. And then when GPT-5 came out, he said they only will let you ask it what they want you to be able to ask it, not anything free thinking, just to keep you dumb. And I said, so we've created artificial intelligence and newer versions of it. I don't think they're doing a very good job of keeping us dumb. Look at the technological advances we've had just since I was a kid till now. It's insane. We've done a lot. And then I was a cretin. You're just on here to troll, they said. And didn't have a lot of answers. And the answers they did give, they didn't hold water. And I could see some conspiracy theory behind this whole desire to believe that the earth is flat and we're just being played and we're stupid and you all live in your own world. And so after I realized there was, I wasn't going to get anywhere with the guy, I just wanted to see what they had to say. I just looked online a little bit and about flat earthers, and there's anywhere from 2 million to 7 million of them on the planet. And they believe this stuff with conviction. And they really believe it with conviction. And, I did, Wikipedia for what it's worth. And they were given the same kind of answers of how these people believe and what they'll say and how they think. And as I was being told in the comment section on this other platform. And I thought, boy, it's a whole litany of just scripted responses, and and I don't know. I said, well, why is it the Earth is round when they take a picture of it from outer space? Because I just want to see what they have to say at this point, what their answers are. Well, because they use a fisheye lens to give that appearance that it's round when it's, they think it's a plate with a wall of ice around the edge of it, that there's a dome called a firmament over us, that the sun and the moon just kind of float around inside this firmament. So they commented that there was a video where a missile actually hit the supposed dome that's all around the Earth, the flat Earth, and then fell back to flat Earth. And they said, yeah, that's a cool video. I love that video. And they were kind of feeding off each other in the comments there. So I don't know if you've seen these guys, if you are one, if you've ever watched any of the videos and stuff, but I just came away with, I couldn't believe it. And I just, okay, it's a whole new animal that, I'd heard of this, but, very shallow dive into it years back, and then listening to it yesterday and their comments, and then some of the stuff I pulled up. Yowsa. I don't know why you have to have that conspiracy theory, but I think, I don't know why you'd believe that. I don't know why you would. But anyway, share, like, and subscribe. If you want to put something in the comments about your experience with them or what they've said to you or what you believe, if you are one, do it. Not coming at you. I'd like to hear what you have to say, because this was kind of And I think they're growing. I think the flat earthers are also slowly growing. Kind of different. All right. Well, that's the drive and talk for today. Thanks for watching. Try to get something else out for you in the near future. Thanks. Bye.